What is up, everybody? Grant here with another Zendikar Rising draft, and got an interesting pack one here where like Phylath is very powerful, but red green is quite a bit worse than green blue. Journey to Oblivion is just good, but not nearly the power level of Phylath or Lol Mage is familiar. I think I'm gonna go with Phylath here and see how this draft shakes out. And immediately punished. You know what? I don't think we're too punished, actually. I'm just going to go with this Jiraga Visionary. I would go with Relic Vial had I taken the Journey to Oblivion, but I'm going to go with Jiraga Visionary. Just a solid green card here. Something that I'm not too bummed about picking up pick two. I think it's very good, actually. And then we got an interesting one between like Mind Drain, Gnarlid Colony, or Black Bloom Rogue. Um, Obviously, issues with Mind Drain and Black Bloom Rogue is they're not in Phylath's colors, while Gnarlid Colony is green, which I already have a Jiraga Vision. I think I'm going to go with Colony here. Not super, but it's fine. And then I think I'll just snag. I could go Relic Amulet. I've heard of Green Red Wizards. I've heard rumors of this deck. Um, Fuck it. Let's try Relic Amulet. Let's pick this up and see if we can make this happen. I don't know what to do for it really, but I'll give it a shot. I'll just take a Glacial Grasp here, though. I could be green blue still, and Glacial Grasp is fine. Okay, so with this one though, I'll go Cleansing Wildfire. Goes fine in Landfall, Green Red Wizards. That's fine. I wouldn't mind like a Spare Supplies or something like that here, but I'm fine with the Cleansing Wildfire. Also, yeah, just like helps out Phylath and other landfall triggers that I possibly get. Not terribly interested in the blue cards here, like Bane Veil's fine at best, I think. Broken Wings would be a good sideboard card, but yeah, Cleansing Wildfire. You can do some pretty cool stuff in these landfall decks if you end up with a handful of Cleansing Wildfires. I also have a chance in that pack one to get back like a Nicole Hellhound, I believe, was in that one, or maybe it was pack two, but I really wouldn't mind getting that and just like going all in on Green Red Landfall as well. Okay, so Fissure Wizard, but I'm going to go with a Reclaim the Wastes here. That's fine over three Wizards in this pack. It's interesting for the Relic Amulet going late, but Relic Amulet can still work with Reclaim the Wastes. Maybe I can pick up like a lot of Jiraga Visionary. We'll see though. Let's go Reclaim here, and then that's interesting. I think I will go with the Taunting Arbor Mage. It's a wizard. I'm gonna take that over the Blight Blade. Maybe that's incorrect. Like Blight Blade does better with like landfall of like just like giving me some time to like get my landfall stuff going. But I'm gonna try out this Arbor Mage. I do not mind kicking an Arbor Mage as well, which is something of note. So I've had some pretty good experiences kicking it in this format. So it's probably been 30 drafts since I've kicked one, maybe more. But that being said, I do think it's good. So this is really interesting. Lol Mage's Familiar made it back around, so I think I'm going to pick that up. If I'm green-blue kicker, I'd be very happy about that. And I do have a good start for green-blue kicker and can play Phylath in that deck, so let's snag that and see what happens here. Nothing in this pack I'm particularly interested in. I'll just take a Cleric in case I run into too aggressive of a deck. Take a Broken Wings for the sideboard. That's really interesting that the Lol Mage's Familiar made it all the way around. It didn't seem like there was much. Didn't seem like there was much in that pack that I would have really wanted over that. But I also didn't see a lot of kicker getting passed around. I'll take a Deliberate. Possibly go without Relic Amulet. So yeah, not too shabby for the start of this draft. Yeah, maybe we'll play some sort of kind of three-color deck, base green, and yeah, I'd be happy. Be very happy about that. So, pretty underwhelming pack here. I think I'm gonna go with Intimidator. It's just like by far the best card. If I'm like green red, I could go like a more wizard. If I end up being like the three-color deck, Thundering Spark Mage, also like a wizard for this. But I'm just gonna go with the Kargan Intimidator, and then that is interesting as well. This is really interesting because like if I'm playing these landfall decks, I can splash reclaim the or I can splash cards with reclaim the wastes. Um, yeah, let's have a little fun here. Let's take this Nahiri and see what happens. Like I know like it's not super. I could just go with this Canopy Baloth. It would be good in every deck, but I can just like spit out 1/1s with Nahiri. That's about all it does. I'm not gonna have a ton of equipment in here. Okay, I'll pass on Nahiri. I'll go Canopy Baloth. I talked myself into it. Then I'll take Veteran Adventurer. That's fine. This green red deck can end up being a party deck. So Veteran Adventurer's fine with that. Ooh, and I'll take a Roost of Drakes. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's take a Bubble Snare, and we're moving into green blue here. Yeah, getting a pick 4 Roost of Drakes. Like I thought, Kicker might be open. Turns out Kicker's wide open. So yeah, I'm gonna dive into blue green Kicker here, and God, there's potential. Like with that Lord Mage's Familiar going around so late last pack as well. Like I have potential to get past like another Roost of Drakes in the early picks of next pack is kind of my hope here. Um, that would be pretty sick. But I'm gonna just like really dive into picking up all the Kicker cards now and seeing where we can take this. Wow, that's wild. So there's an interesting one between Taunting Arbor Mage and Skyclave Sentinel. I think I'm going to go with the Taunting Arbor Mage. Take another Lowell Mage's Familiar. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, this is going to be sick. I would love like a Vine Gecko or two or something along those lines, but man, this is looking good. Shell Shield, that's just terrific. Yeah, let's get excited. Let's pull this Glacial Grasp. Let's put these on the side here. I think I still want to play Phylath at this point, but I'm not like super interested in a Cleansing Wildfire or Kargan Intimidator right now. We'll see how the rest of the draft pans out, but I'm like, I do want like the late game bomb for when I can like draw a red later in the game or get fetch it up with Reclaim the Wastes. Don't care as much though about like having a 2-drop that does that as well. So, or a 2-drop that just doesn't like most likely like Phylath is like a turn 10 play or something like that for me. So I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at here is like even if I have this Phylath super late game, that's fine. Let's take a Skyclave Sentinel. If I have a Phylath super late game, that's fine. If I have like a Kargan Intimidator super late game, that's not very good. Like Kargan Intimidator is obviously like just like super super good on turn 2, and not as impressive after that. Also, one of the things about Kargan Intimidator that some people don't seem to realize is that Kargan Intimidator says that target creature becomes a coward until the end of turn. And cowards can't block warriors, and I've just had like countless times opponents attack their entire team into me when they turn a creature into a coward, and turns out cowards can block everything else but warriors, and I think a lot of people don't dive deep enough into that text because I've had a lot of bad attacks after they make my creature a coward. So there's another Roost of Drakes. I don't know if that Riverglide Pathway tabled, I'd be excited about that. Pack Beast, Shatterskull Minotaur, you'd be fine with, but yeah, this is insane. I think this might be the first deck that I've ever had 2 Roost of Drakes in, so it's looking to shape up to be a good one. I'm very excited about this right now. So I'm looking for some more like Reclaim the Wastes. Pretty much just any card that has kicker, like Gnarlid Colony is a very good one because you can play it early or you can kick it late. Wow, Ashaya is very good. Yeah, I'm just going to take this Ashaya. Helps me kick cards. I would love this field research. I'll probably get a Skyclave Sentinel back, but yeah, I just can't pass up an Ashaya in this deck. Alright, so Bubble Snare here is the pick. Kicker, it's a removal spell. Let's pull these right now. Okay. I think I'm going to go with the Skyclave Relic here, honestly. Like, I think just any amount of cards that can be kicked is good. It's also fixing for Phywath. It's a little interesting between this and Risen Riptide, but I'm just going to go with the card that can be kicked. And I think I have a decent early game. Snagging into the Royal, that's just excellent. And my oh my, is this deck coming together. This is looking really sweet. I would love another like Reclaim the Wastes or something, but yeah, I'm super happy with this. I don't take a Might of Marasa. I'm just like, at this point, I'm just going for like all the kicked cards. Like that's essentially my target right now. It's just any card that can be kicked. Gnarlid Colony fits the bill. So let's pull this Adventure Awaits. I don't think I need this Canopy Baloth. So stuff that can be cut for some decent kicker cards, so like Veteran Adventurer, Relic Amulet, Stomper, and then like to a lesser extent Nectar Pot. I wouldn't mind having the Nectar Pot in this deck just to kind of help buffer my life total. But yeah, this is looking good. Let's go with another Nectar Pot. I think I'd rather have that in this deck than another Kazandu Stomper. I think Dauntless Survivor's kind of like on the same page as Nectar Pot over Kazandu Stomper, where it's just like, if I run into like a Warriors deck, I'll probably want to board stuff like that in. So, yeah, I'll take the Skyclave Sentinel over the Veteran Adventure here, though. Let's just go with another Nectar Pot. Scale the heights for the board. Okay, so I'm going to take out Kazandu Stomper. I don't know why. Relic Amulet. Probably doesn't make the deck at this point, honestly. Veteran Adventurer. Dauntless Survivor. Let's play another Skyclave Sentinel, though. And I guess Turntimber Aesthetic can go. I think that's maybe how I run it. Yeah, and play like a mountain. Let's go like this. I know these are double blue, but I think that's fine. I don't really need double green. I guess Gnarlid Colony, Ashaya. Yeah, I guess let's go like that. Ashaya does make stuff forests, but like if that's the case, I already have a bunch of green. I think this is fine. This might be a little... Maybe I should go 8, 8, and 1. Can't keep this. That's a bummer. Okay, I'll keep this. I think I'll put back. I'll put back an island. Yeah, I really wanted some more Reclaim the Waste. I think that would have made this deck a lot better. Had that been the case. But still, I'm pretty excited about it, and hopefully this works out just fine. Okay, so I'm against a Rogues deck, which isn't stellar. Okay, that's nice though. So I'm gonna go Nectar Pot, and then I'll kick I'll cast Skyclave Relic, then kick Gnarly Colony the turn after. So I really am just like most concerned about getting like milled out, not exactly getting beat down by squid and stuff. Much more concerned about getting milled this match. Right, let's cast a Skyclave Relic. And then I can swing with Nectar Pot. Okay, so there we go. My concern is building right now. There's a Soaring Thought Thief, and yeah, we'll see if I just get milled out immediately here. That's just really bad for me. Sure, base camp. So I'll want to jam this Gnarlid Colony first. There's a Roost, of course. And I don't have any like Marasa Sproutling or anything, so let's do that. Swing with Nectar Pot. Get down to Gnarlid Colony. All right, well, no 3-drop flyer rogue for my opponent. I'm on a Sky Dancer, so pretty happy about that. But here goes Jiraga Visionary and Phylath. Yeah, this has been a bit brutal for these mills by my opponent. Okay. Well, let's just do this and swing with Gnarlid Colony. My opponent doesn't have a land there, which makes me a little nervous. If this is just the 1-drop rogue, I'm fine, but it appears it's some sort of removal spell. Into the Royal, sure. So then I gotta go cast with Kicker, and then let's slap a Bubble Snare on Soaring Thought Thief. Okay. So now I guess like a land and I get a Skyclave Sentinel, which would be nice. Maybe my opponent just casts some big rogue here and I get a Bubble Snare it. Okay. Taunting Arbor Mage is tapped down. Not a big deal. Like, seriously, if my opponent keeps attacking with the Skyclave Squid, I'll be happy. Like, I want to be the aggressor, and I want to be attacking with this Kazandu Nectar Pot. So, this is not a worry for me that they attack with Skyclave Squid right there. Yeah, Merfolk Wind Robber's kind of annoying. But let's go ahead and jam a Lol Mage's Familiar, hit with Nectar Pot. So this is going to mill me for 3. But then I get a run out Skyclave Sentinel as a big flyer. Okay. The fact that my opponent keeps drawing land is nice. Just keep it up. Keep up the good work. Okay. Yeah. All right, and let's kick a Skyclave Sentinel. Swing with Gnarlid Colony. What does my opponent have? They didn't cast anything right there. Oh, okay. Maybe they needed red mana to be able to blow up my Skyclave Sentinel with a Royal Eruption or something like that. Weird. Yeah. Okay. So this next turn, I'm just going to kick a Bubble Snare, lock down Squid. Never mind. I don't think my opponent understands. I guess maybe they have another Royal Eruption, but like... Let's go ahead and run out a Nectar Pot, kick a Bubble Snare. Maybe, honestly, I just cast Bubble Snare right there. Yeah, I still have a Shelf Shield that I can kick for some extra life, so like my opponent could potentially try to sell out for a... they could try to sell out for another Royal Eruption here, and I can Shell Shield and gain 2 life. There's a lot of land, 5 in a row. But let's see it. There we go, cast with kicker. Boom, gain 2 life, and I'm trying to think of a card that costs 1 black mana that would stop me from winning this next turn. And I honestly can't think of a creature that would do the trick. Get in. So do I want Relic Amulet in this matchup? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wizards. I don't. 7 wizards or spells, and I don't want Relic Amulet. I could board in like, I guess, Broken Wings. Which would up that number as well. I could do like a Scale, a Veteran Adventure, that kind of stuff. I think I don't want to though. I think I'm looking pretty good with just like the streamlined kicker deck. All right, I'll keep this. All I need is an island, and this hand's looking very good. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say they're base blue, so I'd be surprised if they didn't keep a hand. They kept a hand without an island. I was gonna say if that was Soaring Thought Thief, I would be a little uncomfortable with my position. But we're looking all right. Inox Scavenger ain't great, but let's just run out of Taunting Arbor Mage. I think maybe I should be 8 and 8. I just have like a lot of stuff that needs double blue after like when it gets kicked. And it's like not quite as important for my like double green kicker stuff as my double blue kicker stuff. Okay, Royal Eruption takes that out. Probably should have done that pre-combat. Yeah, let's just run out a Skyclave Sentinel. You ever noticed how odd that that picture for Wool Mage's familiar is. It's like a little lizard crawling out of a satchel or something. Odd play by my, or like odd card by my opponent, I guess. Maybe they're like trying to hit their black splash. Maybe they're heavy blue red. That's my guess at least. Trying to hit their black splash. But let's go ahead and run out Wool Mage's Familiar here. And this at least gives us like a shot to start kicking some spells. Also gives me like protection with Shell Shield. I would probably Bubble Snare to lock down Scavenger. Ah, shit. Now, Shatterskull Minotaur isn't actually that bad. Like, I'll take a bit of a beating here, but I'm not like super worried about this. So let's go Draga Visionary. And then I guess I'll just... Let's Bubble Snare here. And then maybe I double block Shatterskull. I probably do. My opponent has already shown that they have multiple Royal Eruptions, so I'll double block Shatterskull. I don't know. A Skyclave Squid could get in as well, I guess. Maybe I'll just block Squid. Yeah. Okay. I guess this actually like keeps me alive if they do have another Royal Eruption, so this is fine to double block here. I can then kick Gnarlid Colony. Zulaport Duelist. Bit of a beat down there. Yeah. There goes 2 lands, which I do need right now. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Kick Gnarlid Colony. And gives me blockers, keeps me alive through another Royal Eruption. Yeah, I'll block that with Gnarlid Colony. Okay, so now I have potential for like a Skyclave Sentinel this turn. And that's what I'm going to be able to do. So I got Skyclave Sentinel. Now I got a 4/5 flyer. And I'm at like a decently healthy life total right now. Are they going to counter it? Sure, that's fine. Okay. That's not that big of a deal. Especially if they just have like another land in hand or something like that and are going to attack a Squid this turn. That would be very nice. Ooh, Shadow Stinger. Sure. So Shadow Stinger is something that I'll have to block probably, but we'll see. Yeah, so I got to go Skyclave Sentinel here. I probably actually won't block Shadow Stinger. Until I have this Into the Royal up. Sure, they can just keep milling me with that. I think it's going to be a bit of a race here. And I don't think I can sacrifice my Skyclave Sentinel to that. Nice, and they milled a couple Nectar Pots, which is perfect. I should have boarded those out. I think that was a little irresponsible of me. Tuk Rubble Fort. Okay. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do this. Swing the Sentinel. Alright, and then I can bounce this Shadow Stinger. Ooh, well, I will Shell Shield there then. I guess the question is, do I bounce Shadow Stinger at this point? Probably not. I think what I kind of want to wait for is like a roost of, oh shit, a Shia and Phylath. All right, so Bubble Snare. So I'm going to go ahead and Bubble Snare there, gain the life, which might be relevant in this game. So I still have 2 Roost of Drake left in my deck. And I think I'm in a pretty good spot here. Yeah, my opponent's like base red-blue. All right. Okay, get a kick Gnarlid Colony, and that's just looking even better for me here. Swinging with Skyclave Sentinel. Yeah, I just don't want to see the flyer. Doesn't look like this is that. Just keep going. Ooh, Morag. Well, okay, so Morag is bugged, which is really frustrating because they can play the land pre-combat and attack with Skyclave Squid now. But in this case, I'll just double block Morag. Yeah, I'll happily double block Morag. Wow. And then I can even just into the Royal bounce Skyclave Squid. Because it'll actually get in for 4 more this turn. So I'm going to into the Royal, kick that, and bounce Skyclave Squid. Oh wow, they're going after Gnarlid Colony. That's nice. Okay, so now I'm just at a very, very healthy life total. Morag is dead. I've got a 4/5 flyer. And I have 2 Roost of Drakes left in the deck. And 11 cards. That's insane. No way. They get to untap. Are you fucking kidding me? They get to untap Nighthawk Scavenger as well. Wow. Okay. Well, that's actually super sick. And I'll just play a land and pass. But I need those Roost of Drakes really badly. Wow, they get to untap Nighthawk Scavenger with that. So Morag reads, whenever a land enters the battlefield, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after that phase. At the beginning of that combat, untap all creatures you control. So Morag is bugged. It's at main phase, there's an additional combat phase. This was their first combat, so they would have the additional combat phase right then and untap there. They shouldn't be untapping on this main phase. So that is a bug. If you ever run into it, you are able to file for reimbursement. Like, my opponent shouldn't have been able to attack with Skyclave Squid because that land should have had to have been played post-combat, which then would have made it not very relevant. So, okay, my opponent's going for the mill plan, it looks like. And this is just fucking brutal. Yeah, God dang it. I think I have to block with Skyclave Sentinel and pray to the gods that I have a Roost of Drake soon. But, like, this has just been so bad to not hit a Roost of Drakes, and that's going to be game. Yeah, that's game. And There they are. I had it in my 5th to last and my very last card. So I don't think I want Nectar Pots. I think I want Broken Wings and Deliberate. I think Deliberate's gonna dig me towards my good stuff. And okay, there we go. Well, I guess I didn't make the switch to I didn't make the switch to an extra island over a forest. We'll see if I get punished for that. I think I'm going to wait a little bit. Maybe I should have actually just like cast. Sure. That's fine. Yeah. Just cast a Rooster Drakes, I guess. All right. All right. Well, hopefully this will be all right, but I honestly might have to cast a Might of Marasa on this Skyclave Squid on my turn. Oh, okay. Well, Nature's Familiar. Well, this does get hit by Thundering Rebuke if my opponent has that. But that being said, like it's just, I guess I have a Might of Marasa, so I'll protect it with that. Valakut Awakening. Okay, how many cards? I mean, this is just more for curiosity's sake. 4 cards. Okay. Wind Robber, sure. I think I'll take it just because I want to get as much value out of kicking these cards as I can. All right, Broken Wings. So I'll pass. I'll into the Royal Wind Robber. Maybe I into the Royal Skyclave Cleric. Let's do that. Well, that's something. Phylath is definitely something. All right, well, that was a very nice turn right there. And there's a squid back. I think with this land, though, I just kick Skyclave Sentinel. If something is getting countered by the, which I kind of feel like my opponent has, Droid Disruption. Like, I don't want to play the land first and then play Phylath, so or anti-cognition. So I may as well get my value out of it by just getting a card from the Skyclave Scent or from the Roost of Drakes right now. So yeah, that was nice. And then yeah, any land I just gotta go Phylath land and dominate. No. Skitter Sneak, sure. Let's kick a Skyclave Sentinel again. Alright, well that one resolved. Get in with the Drakes here, and feeling pretty decent about this game. Sure. Island Taunting Arbor Mage. So if my opponent has Phylath, probably in like a little bit of trouble. They had like Phylath land, so Cleansing Wildfire. Alright. Sure. I would block Squid this time with Drake. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. Fine. Island Jiraga Visionary. How about I get like another Roost of Drakes? Just like really ice this game. Not that, but let's go ahead and Phylath. Play land. And that should probably ice this game. So I got to get in with 2 flyers here. Next turn I have Might of Marasa and Shell Shield up, so I can like pump a flyer and then I can protect it if they have like a removal spell for it. So yeah, this should put me in a very, very good spot. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and cast with Kicker on that. That even gives me lethal in the air. Next turn. And protects Phylath. And gains me 2 life. Yeah, this is... this deck is sick. This deck is super sick. All right, let's go ahead and fix this mistake. Pull a forest, add an island, and play. And the reason is because like all of this, like this is just like 1 green mana. I get it that this is 2, but like double blue, double blue, double blue, double blue, double blue, and I think because of that, it's pretty important to have even green and blue here. So. Yeah, fix that issue. Hopefully this goes all right. This is excellent. Yeah, let's keep this. Nice, nice, nice. So I gotta go. Ideally, this will just be like... Oh, nice. Just every draw feels like it gets better and better. Yeah, I think I'll run out Skyclave Relic here. Just so I can ensure to like kick Gnarlid Colony after this Roost of Drakes. But like if I can take like a bit of a not too bad of a beating from this Umara Mystic, I can yeah, and like just 3 damage here plus a Windrider Wizard isn't super scary. So let's go ahead and Roost of Drakes. And then next turn I can actually like into the Royal and Shell Shield. I think that's how I'll do this. And then the turn after I can Gnarlid Colony. Yeah, I guess I just don't block here. My opponent has just the Wizard spell, I assume. Like, I don't think my opponent would want to sacrifice their Windrider Wizard to this Drake just for that. And yeah, that's obviously the case. They didn't draw a discard, which is very interesting. So I'm really curious if my opponent has like multiple of those. That's probably what it is. So let's go ahead and lock that down with a Bubble Snare, make another Drake. Then I get a Shell Shield. Alright, and then I can just like block Geyser Mage and Windrider Wizard. Yeah, I'll do that. Didn't draw a discard without Windrider Wizard. Like, that hand has to be so busted to not when you're on 3 lands. Okay. Like, I really don't mind a Zulaport Duelist doing this. Wow, Mill's a shy of Roost of Drakes. But yeah, Chilling Trap is the one that I was looking for, so let's go ahead and Shell Shield. Keep this Drake alive, make another Drake, and they don't get to draw a card from this Chilling Trap. Sweet. Yeah, I don't think Zulaport Duelist is particularly great, whereas like Chilling Trap is solid. So, yeah, that's fine by me to make that trade there. And then Royal Eruption killing the other Drake. Yeah, this is fine. Like I don't feel like I'm in a bad position at all right now. I probably just kick the Gnarlid Colony. Ooh. Let's go ahead and do that since next turn I can do both of those. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, get another Drake. I'll just swing in with this one. And I'll start applying some pressure just because if they have like the 4-drop pinging wizard, I don't want to just like sit around and do nothing for too long. Okay, Royal Eruption, that's fine though. They can keep looting. Even though they haven't been still, they haven't looted. Okay, so they finally did. I'm going to say they hadn't looted away a single card. Yeah, so now I'll reclaim the wastes, getting green, red. Yes. Sure, Teeter Peak Ambusher, not that big of a deal. You know what? I think I will. Let's go red, green. I think I will just go Nectar Pot. And then play a land. Swing with Gnarlid Colony and Drake. And yeah, this puts me in a very, very good spot. Like, if my opponent wants to attack with Teeter Peak Ambusher, I would double block. And also that would just be excellent, right? Like they would have to pump it. That kind of signals to me that they have another chilling trap, in which case I'll probably just take this. If they want to pump Teeter Peak Ambusher, deal 5 damage this turn, then I get in for a big chunk, so they don't do that. That's fine as well. Skyclave Squid, sure. Alright. Get a land. Then I just swing with the Drakes. And then I kick Skyclave Sentinel. And that should wrap it up. Like I don't know how my opponent's going to deal with all of this. Sweet. Let's begin sideboarding. So, playing against Wizards here, I could bring in Broken Wings, which probably should happen. I do like Nectar Pots in this matchup, though. Maybe I'll go down a Taunting Arbor Mage for that. Let's just do that. Yeah, Nectar Pots will be just fine in this matchup, being able to, gain me some life and just kind of keep things steady while I work my way up to my good stuff. Let's keep this. Maybe now my deck punishes me for going even on Islands Forest. Last game didn't have many forests, and this game might not either. Forest. There we go. Boom. Easy. Never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. So this just means I gotta go Khazadu Nectar Pot into Lol Mage's Familiar into Bubble Snare. Yep, gain a life. I might just pay. I might just not kick Bubble Snare in this scenario here, or an Electromancer, so they get 2 mana from this, all red. Sure, Scavenge Blade, not a big deal. Oh, it's on Pack Beast. Sure. I'm happy to block that with Nectar Pot. Cast a Bubble Snare there, and pass the turn. Yeah, especially if my opponent wants to equip Scavenge Blade here, this should be very, very good for me. Scorch Rider, sure. Oh. Yep, that is great, and that puts us just in an amazing spot for the rest of the game here. Now every time I kick a card, I'm just getting more Drakes, and yeah, this should be solid. Sure, they can kill Drakes, but like it's just going to be pretty constant here, and every time I kick a card, I also get. I'm just gonna I'll take this here. This is fine because every time I kick a card, I get a Drake and get 2 life. It's not worth risking losing my Lol Mage's Familiar for it. And maybe my opponent recognized that there. But yeah, so let's go ahead and kick Bubble Snare. Pass the turn. This should be pretty good here. Yeah. Royal Eruption there. Yep. And yep. There we go. Sweet. Let's do this. Kick, get a Drake, get 2 life, and I would be surprised if my opponent didn't scoop it up next turn here. So yeah, next turn I get to kick a Might of Marasa and really just wrap things up. So sweet, 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 sweet. I'm just going to go Ashaya after that as well. I could have actually cast Ashaya. No, I couldn't have kicked Might of Marasa because those are tokens. But yeah, I mean, this deck is freaking sweet. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty darn happy with this. Like, that's wild getting that. Like, I mean, getting that pack 2 pick 4 or 5 Roost of Drakes, I was like, okay, like this is looking good. I can probably go into this kicker, and then getting a pack 2 pick 1. Having 2 Roost of Drakes and just like a heavy kicker deck is just like insanely busted. Plus 2 Lord Mage's Familiar to like buffer the life total while you like try to get the Roost going. Oh, and then just like to top it all off, I have these 2 bombs, and like turns out Skyclave Sentinel as a 4/5 flyer for 7 is pretty damn good when it's getting you 2 extra life or another 2/2 or stuff like that. So yeah, this deck is sick. It's a lot of fun to play, and I'm probably gonna run into like, I don't know, black-white life gain or something like that and never see a Roost of Drakes or get it blown up, and that's how I'm going to lose in the finals. But if that doesn't happen, then I'll be very excited. Just creeping up the leaderboard right now, 69 trophies, and yeah, maybe I'll be able to. I just trophied my last deck actually, which was this black-white life gain deck, which was kind of underwhelming honestly, but it performed well. I had like a Cleric of Life's Bond and a Core Celebrant for like enters the battlefield triggers with my 2 Scion of the Swarms. But also like a couple Malakir Blood Priest for extra life. Attended Healer did give these life like a couple games to just like completely end the game, but like triple Blood Beckoning was good, double Blood Price was good, double Discard 2 was good, and then just kind of pair it with a handful of removal. This deck ended up actually being pretty darn solid, and I was impressed. I was definitely impressed by how it performed. I think like one game for instance, I had like my draw was Cleric of Life's Bond into Core Celebrant into Attended Healer into Scion of the Swarm. And that's about the best draw this deck can have. So, not to say that I didn't get a little lucky with it, but it was a solid deck still. Let's do it. All right, well, I am fine with this. Opponent mulligan. Miracle Grow 88. All right, I would love Skyclave Relic. But that's my draw here. I think I'm not going to play a Gnarly Colony since my opponent's not putting any pressure on. Seafloor Stalker. Oof. Yeah, I'll just wait for that Roost of Drakes. I'll just go Roost of Drakes into Gnarled Colony, into Gnarled Colony, into Bubble Snare, and like this is very, very good. I hope they don't have the Spell Pierce. Sure. That's solid for me. Computer takedown, that's solid for me as well. Sweet, so this just means I get to go, like, kick a Gnarled Colony right here. And I'd probably just kick another Gnarled Colony and slap a Bubble Snare on Seafloor Stalker. Sure. I might. Yeah, I think I'm going to be a little bit greedy with this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to be a little bit greedy with this. Okay, so they have. Make it unblockable. Sure. But this just means that I get to now kick Bubble Snare to get an extra Drake. Ooh. That's great as well. Sweet. So I get an extra Drake, get in with the Flyers. And yeah, now I have like a life buffer with this Lowell Majors Familiar. I have just as many Flyers as I want. Got the win. Nice. This deck is sweet. I think I'm just going to run it back. Like maybe Broken Wings should be played in this. But yeah, maybe Nectar Pots aren't great. I'll keep this though. So I got to go turn 2 Nectar Pot, turn 3 Familiar, turn 4 Gnarled Colony. So that's nice. Sure. All right. It's not that big of a bother because it just means my Nectar Pot doesn't die now. And I might just end up gaining this life back throughout this game, especially if this Lowell Majors Familiar can just like block these. Maybe my opponent has a Bubble Snare or something like that. Okay, so they have a Warrior, but let's go ahead and do this. Let's kick Gnarled Colony. Okay. Then I can go Nectar Pot, land, kick Bubble Snare. And this is the kind of life buffer that I'm talking about where it's just like very nice to have with these Nectar Pots while I'm just trying to like set up. Sure, I'll block it how my opponent would expect me to block it. Yep. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and Nectar Pot. Land, and then let's actually just cast Bubble Snare like this. This will actually save me more life than kicking it. Sure, Felidar with no lands. Ooh, we kick a Roost of Drakes. And that might just be game right there if I can have the Sentinel do its thing. Spoils. Okay, okay, so never mind. Opponent has got some game here. Okay. And I think I'll probably just try to go after them in the air here and win it this way. It's nice that pretty much every card in my deck is kicker. 4. Thieving Skydiver. Youch. Okay. That hurts. That hurts. So I need like a Into the Royal. If I can bounce Skyclave Sentinel, that'd be really nice. Okay, let's do that. That doesn't do me much good. Yeah, that's a sick play by my opponent there. That's going to hurt bad. I think I'll take it. Sure. Shepherd of Heroes, that's why they were attacking with that. And that's not great. Yeah, hitting a few too many lands here, and I don't have like a solid way to draw out of this. Like, I just have, you know, I just have like Rooster Drake, you know, kick stuff 2-for-1s. I don't have any like actual 2-for-1s left here, I don't believe. Do it on the Angel, sure. So they can get in for 9 in the air. Let's block. Just like this, actually. Sure. So if I got him into the Royal, actually, that would be very, very good for me. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I did not get him into the Royal. I'm actually dead on board. That's brutal. Yeah. All right, so let's scoop this up, and let's go ahead and I do have a lot of early plays, but I think I'm gonna go with the go down Nectar Pots, go up Deliberate Broken Wings. Try that out. Okay, this is a super solid draw. This is the kind of one where I think it'll be hard to lose, and then I lose. It's that kind of draw. But, like, Lowell Major's Familiar, into Roost, into Gnarlid Colony, into Reclaim. Yeah, like, I just have to not get, like, super quickly beat down by all of this. And then a Taunting Arbor Mage to even kind of, like, pull this all together. Maybe have, like, put, like, a triple, have like, a triple kill with a Gnarlid Colony or something. All right, let's do that. And I think I can play the long game here. Felidar. It's a bit annoying, but let's go ahead and kick Reclaim the Wastes with that Phylath draw. Play this, swing him with a Drake. Yeah, I'm not going to block this. I have too good of a plan this next turn by not blocking it to to risk getting my Lowell Major's Familiar killed. Yep, and there we go. Opponent scoops it up. And that was just like, that was a super, super sick draw, right? Like, having Phylath, a turn 6 Phylath, already with 2 tokens from a Roost of Drakes out. Then next turn just getting to go, like, force everything to block my 8/9 Germ, or not Germ, Plant. Then, and I'm getting a Roost of Drake's token, and yeah, that was just super sweet. So anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will be recording more soon.